Joining me right now is Potomac Wealth Advisors founder and president Mark Avallone. Mark, kicking things off with you with a strong Home Depot report this morning. What do you take away from this number, and would you be buying this 500-point rally here?
Well, good morning. And my first takeaway is I hope the news isn't too good, because that will just continue to allow Jerome Powell and the Fed to say we need to slow things down. But certainly it was strong. It's also looking backwards. People are smart. When they know interest rates are on the rise, they rush to buy homes. They rush to pay for projects around the house. So I think that what's more important is, will higher interest rates, higher inflation, and a potentially slower economy allow a company like Home Depot to continue to post those numbers? But for now, it's good news. It's good news for shareholders. People want stocks that have strong cash flows, and that's what Home Depot delivered today.
Yeah, I mean, futures are pointing to a strong opening this morning, largely on the idea that the consumer is still strong, Mark. But what about 5% mortgage rates? What do you think the future looks like? We should point out that Home Depot is raising its outlook this morning, Mark.
Yeah, that's very impressive. Higher interest rates will take an impact on buyers, but 4% mortgages, 4% range mortgages are not onerous. Historically, they're not even that high. So I think people want home ownership, and that's what Home Depot is benefiting from. The challenge is going to be across the board. Will these higher rates impact auto sales, business expansion, in addition to home? Equity loans are drying up. That was a source of cash in the economy. So we can't underestimate what higher interest rates does, just because early in the rate hike cycle, it hasn't had the effect. In fact, it goes back to what I said earlier. It gives me concern that the Fed is going to think they need to be relentless with multiple rate hikes to slow down the consumer and slow down reports like we saw this morning.
So do you still expect that we are vulnerable to a recession? At a tech conference yesterday in Miami, Elon Musk, CEO of Tesla, commented on the macro story and how long he would expect a recession to last. Listen to this. I want to get your take.
I think we probably are in a recession, and that recession will get worse. But, you know, these things pass, and then there will be boom times again. So it'll probably be some tough going for, I don't know, a year, maybe 12 to 18 months is usually the amount of time that takes for a correction to happen.
Mark, he thinks we're in a recession right now. What do you think?
I think we're heading to a mild recession. Not all recessions are created equally, and that's why we're not going to be too fearful about keeping money invested right now. We think the Fed is weak-kneed when it comes to seeing slowing economic data. They'll go back to what they were doing for the past 14 years. I think they get us there. I think they start to see an economy slow, and then they call out their dual mandate for full employment as one of their guiding points, and they pull back on the rate hikes and the rhetoric. So yes, recession more than likely, but the depth of that is really what we should be looking at, and a mild recession could be very manageable.